Shalom, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Bahasham, Racha Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, and salutations to all you sincere Akian. And just like that's what this lesson said, okay, because in a previous lesson, I did say I will do a video going into this, who does this fit? Who does this fit, right? Just going through precepts and asking, who does this fit? Who does this fit? Because there are some precepts in the scriptures that talk about the Israelites, talk about the Edomites, and maybe some of the other nations as well. That once you read through them, okay, an image pops into your mind, a group of people pop into your mind, okay. And I know that these Christians and these naysayers, all these scoffers, when they read those same precepts, those same images, those same people pop into their minds as well. Okay. And this is what this lesson is going to be going into. So what we're going to do is we're just going to read some of the curses that have fallen upon our people, and just ask the question, who does this fit? Who does this fit? Who does this sound like to you? Who does this sound like to you? Because that's the that because that is I want to say that's the easiest way to do it, okay? Because there's no other there's no other people that these prophecies can be linked to, okay. There's no other people that has these qualities that these prophecies and these characteristics can be linked to. So we'll start with the book of Isaiah 3 verse 16, and you already know what this is going into, and this one is probably one of the more obvious causes that show you who the daughters of Zion, who the Israelites are, because who else can this be? Who else can this be? Okay, this is the one that once you read through it, you're like, this is the nigger woman all the way. Okay, even here in Nigeria, man, you have women that act exactly like this. Whenever I read this precept, whenever I read this precept, man, all these women, all the women that have this attitude that I know personally just keep on popping into my head, okay? Anyway, Isaiah 3 verse 16. Moreover, Yahweh saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet, okay? And just like the apostles say, you have to be a visionary in this truth. You have to be able to see what you are reading. So you can just imagine women walking around haughty, sticking their nose up, wanton eyes, walking and mincing. Now, let's get this word mincing, okay? Let's get this word mincing. Let's get this word. You have to bear with me. It's been raining for a while now, so the network is a little shaky, okay? But you should be able to get it opened as soon as I was closing it. That's Satan right there trying to disrupt the lesson. Okay. Let's see, walking and means now the word here is tapap, okay. Tapap. I'm trying to make sure that this is actually the part. This is tap in this the tapap. Anyway, to skip, trip, take quick steps, okay. That's the word, and the word there is mincing, tapap, okay, or tawap. No, that's not the wa. Anyway, to skip, trip, to take quick little steps, okay. So continuing on, Isaiah 3 verse 17. Therefore Yahweh will smite with a scab. Let's get this word scab, okay. Let's get this word scab as well. I want to, and the word will probably be something along the lines of wounds, okay. So the word here is sapa. Like as soon as I saw sharp, the sha, okay. Anyway, but sapa, okay. And the word is sapar, to join, attach to, join together, to join, attach to, attach oneself, joining, to be joined together, hold oneself together, okay. To cause is to join oneself, to cause a scab upon, smite with scab. So basically, it's a word that has two different meanings, okay. Anyway, continuing on, Isaiah 3, verse 17. Therefore, Yahweh will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and Yahweh will discover their secret parts. In that day, Yahweh will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet and their calls, and the round tires like the moon, the chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, the bonnets and the ornaments of the legs, and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings, the rings and nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel, the mantles, the wimples and the crisping pins, the glasses and the fine linen, and the hoods and the vials. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink, and instead of girdle, a rent, and instead of well set hair, baldness, and instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. Okay, who does this fit? Who does this fit? That's all I have to say about that, because once you read through this and you understand what this course is going into, okay, attacking the daughters of Zion, specifically the Israelite women directly, okay, and the qualities, okay, the qualities, okay, the different curses that fell upon them, let's read it again. Isaiah 3 verse 24, and it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell there shall be stink, and instead of a girdle, a rent, and instead of well set hair, baldness, and instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. Who does this fit? Who does this fit? Okay, and that makes me think of another precept in this same Isaiah, the third chapter. Okay, and we'll get that as well. Isaiah 3 verse 12. As for my people, and who are the people of the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai? Because if you ask a Christian, they'll tell you that, oh, well, that's everybody that believes in sweet Cesare, right? Everybody that believes in sweet Jesus in JC, okay? But that's not who the people of the Lord are. When the Most High talks about my people, his people, okay? That's a personal pronoun. All throughout the scriptures, both Old, New Testament, both Old and New Testaments and the Apocrypha, the people are the Israelites, okay? So when the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai says here, as for my people, he's saying as for the Israelites, okay? Isaiah 3 verse 12, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee, cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths. Who does this fit? Who does this fit? Okay? What other group of people on the earth have their women set up over them? Who does this fit? This is getting ridiculous, man, because just the first two precepts, and you can already clearly see, and this is going into an exact group of people, okay, that is very clear that this is speaking about a group of people that are still here on the earth today. So when it talks about these people, it's clearly, they clearly have to be the people of the Lord, the daughters of Zion, the people of the Most High's people, okay? Who does this fit? Who do these precepts fit? And you can read the book of Isaiah 3 for yourself and read it on down. Understand what the precept is going into, and you'll find out that, there's a certain group of people, okay, that came into your mind while you are reading it that, oh, well, this sounds like so, and so, right? And I'm being purposely vague for a reason, okay? Because you know what you thought about, you know who you saw in your mind, okay? And there's no denying that, and that fact, just the fact that you thought about those people, but you still deny who the true Israelites, the true people of the book are, that is a testimony, a witness against you, because it's not just every idle word, but every idle thought as well, okay? Anyway, let's get another, and of course we have more, when we are going into the curses that fell upon the Israelites, there are enough curses in here, man. There are enough curses in here, okay, to go into and to ask the same question: who does this fit? Who does this fit? Okay. So the next course I actually want to go to is the book of Daniel, the ninth chapter. It's not really a course, but it's just a statement to show you that out of all the people on the earth, the Israelites. Okay, I'm not going to go into who the Israelites are because, like I said, they were keeping that information vague for a reason, for an idea to pop into your mind. Okay, I don't want to give away the answer and have your thoughts be skewed by what I've said. Okay, but when you go into who the Israelites are, let's just read it. Let's just read it. Let me just let the scripture speak. Daniel 9, verse 12. And he hath confirmed his words, which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven hath not been done as hath been done upon Jerusalem. Okay. And that is clearly showing you that nobody has experienced, you know, the wrath and the anger of the Most High upon the earth as the Israelites have, because as you should already know, okay, Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. When it talks about Jerusalem, it's not just talking about the land, but it's most importantly, most especially talking about the people, which are the Israelites. And the word Jerusalem, we'll get that, it's Yara Shalom, okay, Yara Shalom, which means the city of peace, okay. Once again, slow network, but we just have to wait for it to load. Okay. So when you think about the people that have experienced the most hell, that have gotten the most that experienced the most hell, okay, that experienced the most tribulation and suffering on the earth, what group of people come into your mind? Okay. And let's get this word for Jerusalem. Okay, and this is the word Jerusalem, like I said, Yerushalayim. Okay, so this is Yerushalayim, teaching of peace. Okay, teaching of peace. Let me just make sure that's the correct word. This is Shalom, and this should be Yara. Okay, this should be the word Yara, because it's a compound word, going into the two different things, Yara, Shalom. Okay, so this is the word Yara. To throw, shoot, cast, pour. To throw, to cast, lay, set. To shoot arrows, to throw water, rain. To be shot, to throw, cast. To shoot, to point out, to show, to direct, to teach, instruct, to throw water or rain. Okay, so Yerushalayim, teaching of peace, or I'm not really going to go too deep into it. I'm not really good in Hebrews. I don't know how the word translates. Okay, I believe it should be city of peace. Okay. Anyway, who, anyway, out of all the people, all the nations, and all the tribes of people on the earth, who has had it the worst, all throughout history. Okay, and that is who this precept right here fits. Who does this fit? Okay, who does this fit? Okay, and we haven't even gotten into the main courses, because I'm going to obviously close out with that, but we haven't even gotten to the main courses. Okay, the main, the main ones that have been falling, or have been said to befall the Israelites. Okay, because whether you say, okay, that all these causes have already happened, or they are happening right now, that does not change the fact that there is still a group of people which these words, okay, all everything that I just read in the scriptures, they fit this group of people. So once again, who does it fit? Okay, who does it fit? Okay. Anyway, continuing on, like I said, we have more to go into, and it's really hurting me not even being able to go deeper into these precepts, because I just feel like, oh, I'm leaving something. I feel like I'm not even going into it out that well, but like I said, I have to leave it vague. I don't have to, I shouldn't go too deep into it, okay, because it, just by reading it, it's already self-explanatory. Just by reading it, if a group of people, a thought should be popping up in your head about who the people that are under these courses are. Okay, you should be seeing them in their captivity. You should be seeing them in the hell that they are catching, in their suffering, in their boldness. Okay, in their burning instead of their beauty. Right? Jeremiah 10 verse 16, and it reads, "The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. Yahweh of hosts is his name." Okay, and it's not just causes, but it is characteristics of our people. Okay, it is what our people can, it's characteristics of the people, let it sleep there. But it is what the people, the Israelites, can do, okay? Because this is something that you never hear in your churches. But the Israelites are the top of the earth, okay, the light of the world, as our Lord Yahushua said, a city that is hid, that cannot be hid under a hill, and that is the city of Zion, meaning that they are the greatest people on the earth, okay, and they are the former of all things. So, which group of people on the earth have that characteristic to which they can be known as the greatest people on the earth, who has all the ability, all the talent, all the brains, and I'll end it right there. The flavor of the earth, the salt of the earth, right? Let's get that precept. Let's get that precept. So this is the book of Matthew 5, verse 13, and it reads, Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt hath lost his savour, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under the foot of men. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on an hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Who is the salt of the earth and who is the light of the world? And this leads me, okay, to another precept, okay. So okay, I lost my train of thought trying to remember the precept I wanted to go into, okay. Trying to remember the precept I wanted to go into. Yeah, this leads me to another precept, for Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel my elect, I have called thee, I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me. Isaiah 45, verse 4, and it reads, For Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel mine elect, I have even called thee by thy name. I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me. Okay, and this is the Most High calling the Israelites by his name. Okay, that's why it says their son named us, because Yashar Allah, what does it mean? The prince of the power, okay? This now was the sons of God, so every single Israelite out there, your last name is basically God's son, or something like, the God's son or Ban Yahweh, okay? Because that's what Yasharallah means at the end of the day, the prince of God, the son of God, Ban Yahweh, or in other words, God's son, okay? There are people out there that are actually named God's son, but we are named God's son by the Most High because we are actually the sons of the Most High. Because if you go into the origin of the names that end with son, like Fred's son, I would say Dick's son. That was the first name I actually thought about. Okay, was yeah, names like that, okay, see God's son, so on and so forth, okay. They actually got it from the Vikings, which were Israelites, Icelandic names. And the reason why they have sons at the end of the name is because whatever name your father had, okay, your last name will be the son of your father, basically. And that's an Israelite custom right there, salt of the earth, right? So who has that flavor? Who has that ability to influence the earth? That whatever they do is a major influence on the earth. That is the Israelites, because Jacob is the former of all things. Okay, every tradition, every thing that you see here happening on the earth, whether in wickedness or in righteousness, okay, it goes back to the Israelites. It goes back to our people, whether it's a bastardization of one of our righteous customs, okay? And I did it again, I'm giving it away. Well, of course, I can't help it, man. You are talking about Israelites right here, and I happen to be one as well, okay, through faith, okay? But as I was saying, whether in righteousness or in wickedness, okay, and you see the wicked acts happen to be a bastardization of our Israelite customs, okay, that the heathen have, what's what I'm looking for? Basically, the heathen have grafted it to themselves, okay, ascribed it to themselves, made it their customs, but it goes back to our people. Look it up, I challenge anybody to show me a custom, to show me a practice, to show me a tradition, to show me anything that does not go back to the scriptures, that does not or go back to the Israelites, okay? Anyway, continuing on, that's basically all I need to say. That's an open challenge right there, because to this day, okay, every single challenge that every single brother in this street has put out for you people, none of you have been able to reply. Hell, a brother puts a comment in one of these Christians vocab, most especially telling you to disprove a precept. Disprove Revelation 3 verse 10. Disprove Hebrews the ninth chapter. No, sorry, Romans the ninth chapter. Hell, disprove Hebrews the ninth chapter. And I've forgotten what it even goes into. But disprove that as well. Disprove Romans the ninth chapter. Okay. Romans 9 verse 13. Disprove that. Revelation 13 verse 10. Disprove that. Let's see you do that. And to this day, okay, these Christians have been unable to do that. They've been unable to actually go into these presets and prove that our breakdown is wrong. Okay. Now we have more to go into, of course. Okay, we have more to go into. How does it go again? I think that is the book of Psalms. I always forget the exact Psalms. It's either 147 or 149. So here it is. Psalms 147, verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh. Okay. So how you know the Israelites, okay, how you know the true Israelites is who has the most understanding concerning the ways of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh, okay? Who has the most understanding of the truth of the Bible, of the scriptures and the history and the prophecies going into it. Who is everybody looking to for the breakdowns in prophecy, for guidance in prophecy, okay, and for the understanding of the words of the Bible, okay, the words of the Most High and His Son, who is the oracle of the Most High to everybody on the earth, okay? When you believe that God has a message, and I'm using the word God, verbatim right now because I'm talking to you heathens, including you Edomites as well, because because you know who you look to for prophecy. Okay, you don't need to mention any names. You know who you are watching in order to get the breakdowns. Okay, the understanding of the truth. When you know that the Most High God has a message, who do you go to get the breakdowns for it? Who gave you the understanding of the mysteries, the signs, and the wonders that you are seeing on the earth? Those are who the true Israelites are, okay? Because leave the curses aside, okay? There are still so many other prophecies you can use to find out who the Israelites are. It doesn't have to be negative concerning these curses. The courses are just the easiest ones to use because once you see the because once you just bring out these courses, okay, start listing them down. The list start getting narrower and narrower and narrower and narrower until it has to be these people. It just makes too much sense, okay? But you still have people that will deny it, that will try to deflect because that's all they do. That is Esau's Esau's mastery right there, man. That's one of the tricks that this devil has mastered, deflection. Okay. Whenever you start tackling Esau, man, this devil is quick to change the topic, quick to try to deflect and make it, quick to try to deflect and change the narrative, okay? Oh, now, because I'm bringing this out, we're teaching hate, or that's anti-Sem, different words to use to try to deflect from the main topic. But am I wrong though? But am I lying though? Why don't we, ask vocab that question? Why don't one of you Christians ask vocab, are the Hebrew Israelites lying? And see if he can even answer or say yes. You say, well, this is the thing, that's what these devils love doing, man. Well, it's not, semantics. Well, here's the thing, okay? Whenever you ask vocab a question, whenever you try to ask vocab to and any other Christian as well, they try to okay, what try to disprove what the scriptures are saying, disprove the truth. They will never just go right into it. Okay, they never just get right into the topic. They always have to deflect, always have to use semantics. But they're not right, but they're not wrong. Well, Jesus isn't exactly black, but he isn't exactly white. He's Middle Eastern. What does that mean? It means he's Middle Eastern. In fact, we're even talking about color. Color doesn't really matter. All that matters was the message, right? All that matters was what he had to say. He could be any color for anybody. Every people on the earth made him appear as their own group of people. Okay, the color doesn't matter. That's just spreading division and spreading hate. Why are you talking about his color? Okay, and that's what these people do, man. Deflection, deflection, deflection. It gets it gets ridiculous after a while, man. But once again, who does this fit? Okay, who does this fit? Okay, I seen okay a little too much. But I'm having fun with this. But I'm having fun with this. This is just a little run through the spirits apparently, because this is getting ridiculous. I'm reading this and I'm thinking, man, I haven't even thought of any other nation except for the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Okay, the amount of hell that the Latinos and Native Americans have caught. God damn. Okay, then you just say it like that. Okay, I didn't say God damn. For all you people that have saying, oh, see him is cursing. I said God damn. Okay, okay. Yeah, that was using semantics too. But what the Northern Kingdom faced, okay, under the hands of Christopher Columbus and the Spanish and the Portuguese. They held a court where they were basically nearly wiped out, okay. They were taken into captivity and they had their heritage killed out of them, okay. Because our people, the Southern Kingdom, we had it beaten out of them. They had it murdered out of them, okay. Where you had their people completely killed off to the point where you only had a couple of hundred of the Northern Kingdom still in existence, where they were damn near extinct, man. And that shows you the evil of these devils, okay, this so-called red man that is ruling on the earth, which we know as Esau Edom. So now, I still have more, of course, I still have more to get, we're still on that, So this is the book of Psalms 83, verse 1. Psalms 83, verse 1, and it reads, a song or psalm of Asaph. Keep not thou silent, O power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederates against thee. Okay, that's all I need to get. Who does this fit? Once again, who does this fit? Most importantly, Isaiah 83, verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Who does this fit? Who does this fit, And I'm thinking, who are the undesirables of the earth, the untouchables of the earth, wherein if you have them among you, you are trying to cut them off, you are trying to wipe them out, basically, to stop them from being a people and being a nation. If you go into the records of the rulers of this earth, and it starts with from Psalm 83, verse 6. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites, of Moab and the Aragarenes. So the so-called red man, the Arabs, the Chinese, and even more Arabs, respectively. Who on the earth has the white man, the Arab, and the Chinese, been heavily set against, okay? Been heavily oppressed and fought against, Well, of course, Esau Edom really has the chart, okay, or the scale skewed in his favor heavily, okay, even more so than the Arabs and the Chinese. We know the kind of hatred they have for a certain group of people, okay. There's no need for me to mention those group of people or the single characteristic they were ascribed to us, okay. Who does this fit? Who does this fit? Now let's go into the main, okay, the main, the main courses, okay, the main courses, which is, unless, if I could edit it right now, I put in a drum roll, okay, but let's go into the main courses, and I'm not really going to start explaining anything because whenever I read through these courses, man, I say it's so plain as it's plain as hell to see, man. Because when you read these courses, man, I think about I have some family members, okay, that are going that can put each of these courses on, and I'm sure that a lot of you people, a lot of you brothers out there have the same thing, and even some of the courses that has fallen upon you as well. Because when you read these courses, it's so easy to tell, okay, that is exactly who this is going into. This is who all of this hell is falling upon. This has to be them, okay? It can't be anybody else. So let's go into it. Deuteronomy 28, and I will start from, I can start from anywhere. Deuteronomy 28, verse, let me start from, I think I was going to get some of the main points because, okay, Deuteronomy 28, verse, these are just general courses. Let's get to some specific ones, okay? Okay, let's start with this one. Deuteronomy 28, verse 27. Yahweh will smite thee with the botch of Egypt, and with emeralds, and with the scab, and with the itch, whereof thou canst not be healed. Yahweh shall smite thee with madness, and blindness, and astonishment of heart. And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee. Who does this fit? Who does this fit? Deuteronomy 28, and I'll read another one, okay, because this is going into Deuteronomy 28, verse 33. The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt only be oppressed and crushed away, so that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see. Yahweh shall smite thee in the knees and in the legs with a sore botch that cannot be healed, from the sole of thy foot unto the top of thy head. Yahweh shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, and there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone. Who does this fit? Who does this fit? Okay? Who are the people that have gone through this? If you know that you know the people, or you have people that have gone through this, please raise up your hand. This is how ridiculous it's getting. Where we have to read these courses, okay, and ask the question, who does this fit? Who else can it be? Now, Deuteronomy 28, verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither Yahweh shall lead thee. Who does this fit? Who does this fit? In all the earth, in all the world, who are the people that are known universally as a proverb, a byword? I don't even need to go to the meaning of these words because you people out there, you already know what this means, okay? Who are the people that are mocked and ridiculed wheresoever they, and that actually makes me think of a precept. Okay, let me go to that. Lamentations, okay? I think this is what the Lamentations of Jeremiah. Lamentations 2, verse 16, and it reads, all thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash their teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we have looked for. We have found it. We have seen it. Okay, so Lamentations 2, verse 15. I should have started from 15. Lamentations 2, verse 15. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem. Once again, Jerusalem is a people before it's a place, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash their teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we looked for. We have found, we have seen it. Okay. Who does this fit? Who does this fit? Now let's go back to that Deuteronomy. Okay. Now we're in Proverbs and bywords, right? And we still have more to go into. So this is the book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 41. And we're jumping through them to get the main points, and we'll ask the question every single time. Who does this fit? Who does this fit? Deuteronomy 28, verse 41. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. All thy trees and fruit of thy land shall the locust consume. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Who does this fit? Who does this fit? And this is the main point, because some people, these Christians, will say these curses have already happened, okay? They've already fallen on the Israelites. This is talking about 70 AD, right? Deuteronomy 28, verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. The book of Baruch, okay, it says that, roughly paraphrasing, that we are yet this day in our captivity. The same with the curses. The curses will follow you so long as you refuse to obey the words of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh. Okay, we are saved from these curses, or through our Lord Yahweh Shai. But the true deliverance from these curses will come when our Lord Yahweh Shai comes back again. Because guess what? Contrary to popular belief and what these people in this world tell you, the Lord is coming back. Okay, right now my eyes are wide open, all bugged out as hell, because that is how serious and much anticipated our Lord Yahushai's return is. Okay. Now, Deuteronomy 28, verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. In other words, this group of people were born inheriting these curses, man. You know, this group of people who are born into this. They inherited the curses from their fathers, and their children will also have these curses as well. Okay, who does this fit? Who does this fit? We're now continuing on. Deuteronomy 28, verse 47. Because thou servest not Yahweh thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies which Yahweh shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor shew favour to the young. And he shall eat the fruits of thy cattle, and the fruit of thy land, until thou be destroyed, which also shall not leave thee either corn, wine, or oil, or increase of thy kind, or flock of thy sheep, until he have destroyed thee. Who does this fit? Who does this fit? Okay? And there's still more. It should be very clear at this point who we are talking about when we are reading through these courses, okay? Reading through these precepts, okay? I'll continue on. So this is the book of Isaiah 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother, and towards the wife of his bosom, and towards the remnant of his children, which he shall leave, so that he will not give to any of them of the flesh of his children whom he shall eat, because he hath nothing left him in the siege, and in the straitness wherewith thine enemy shall be shall distress thee in all thy gates. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicate and tenderness. Her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter, and toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children which she shall bear, for she shall eat them for want of all things, secretly in the siege and straitness, wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee in thy gates. Okay, and this of course did happen in 70 AD. But guess what? Just like we read in the book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 46, all these curses, all these words shall be a sign and a wonder on our people forever. Okay, on these people forever. Okay, the Israelites. And at this point, man, I guess I can just already say it. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians all fit these curses all the way back to the transatlantic slave trade, even to this day. Okay, mention a mention any of these causes that didn't fall upon the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians in the Americas. Okay, we just leave it to the Americas for now. Because when you go into what's happened to the remainder of the people that were scattered all throughout the earth, you start, that's when it starts to get skewed. But when we're talking about the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians in the Americas, okay, we know that all these causes, all these words, it fell upon them, it happens to them, okay? So now we continue on. Deuteronomy 28, verse 58. If thou wilt not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear this glorious and fearful name, Yahweh thy power, showing you that the name that the Most High does have a name, okay, and his name is in the book. Then Yahweh will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long continuance and sore sickness, and of long continuance. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou wast afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. Who are the most sickly people, okay, on the earth? Who are the people that all kinds of diseases before them continuously, constantly? Sickle cell, diabetes, right? Gout, okay, and all kinds of other diseases falling upon these people. Okay, that's Jake. That's our people. Because of these causes, it's far more easier for us to get all these sicknesses. Okay, that's showing you the Most High. That's showing you the causes are still upon us to this day. Okay, I'll continue on. Deuteronomy Deuteronomy 28, verse 61. Also, every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, then will Yahweh bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. And ye shall be left few in number, whereas ye are as the stars of heaven for multitude, because thou wouldest not obey the voice of Yahweh thy power. Who does this fit? Who does this fit? Okay? Deuteronomy 28, verse 65. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the so. No, let me start from 64. Deuteronomy 28, verse 64. And Jehovah shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but Yahweh shall give thee there a trembling heart and failing eyes and sorrow of mind, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of thy life. Who does this fit? Who does this fit? Okay? because these curses are describing a certain group of people. Let me continue on before I start going into it. Deuteronomy 28, verse 67. I actually want to get this one, this precept right here first before I keep on explaining, okay? Deuteronomy 28, verse 67. In the morning thou shalt say, would Yahweh, would the Most High that it were even, and at even thou shalt say, would the Most High it were morning, for the fear of thine heart wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see. Okay? And this is basically going into living day to day. Who are the people on the earth that are cursed with living day to day, okay, because of finances and because of basically no, future redemption or hope in sight, okay? Who are the people that are without hope on the earth because they have no rest on the earth? That's that Micah 2 verse 10 right there. Or rather, I think that's the book of Corinthians. Okay, we have no continuing city, but we wish for one to come. And that is another curse right there. That we can find no rest in this world, okay, or in these times that we are living in, okay. Who does this fit? Who does this fit? Okay, keep on getting more, keep on getting more. The image is getting clearer and clearer in your head right now. So this is the last verse, okay, and this is basically the main verse that cements every single thing, okay. Once you read this, it becomes as clear as day, okay. And this is a verse that nobody can gainsay or resist because it is very clear what this means. Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I speak unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. Okay? Who does this fit? Who does this fit? And when we go into this word buy, the word there is ga'al, which means to redeem. Okay? So basically, what it means is that nobody will be able to save you from the hell and from the curses they are about to receive. Who does this fit? Who does this fit? But all praises to the Most High, right? No condition is permanent. Kwana. And the word here is Kwana. Fuck! So there's a reason why I'm laughing right now. This devil actually changed the word. This devil actually changed the word. The word here the word is supposed to be Gaal, but they changed the word. Man, this devil, man, this is ridiculous. Hold on. I made a mistake. Hold on, because I've checked this thing before. I know that the word that is there is supposed to be Gaal. I've checked this thing before. I've done videos on this. Unbelievable. Hold on. Yep, they changed the word. The word is supposed to be Gaal. Anyway, this is the word. Anyway, we'll still use it like that. Kwana. Kwana, it reads to get, acquire, create, buy, possess. To get, acquire, obtain of God, originating, creating, redeeming his people, possessor. Okay. And this is the main point right here, the C definition. To cause, to possess. No, sorry, not that one. Okay, this is it right here, of God originating, creating, redeeming his people. Okay, because the word basically means to redeem. That's what it means when you said no man shall buy, because you're going into Israelite customs right there. But that's beside the point. I'm thinking that maybe I might have been made a mistake with the breakdown. Okay, not the breakdown, but rather the original word, the root word. Okay, because if I remember correctly, the word redeemed should be Sakya. The word redeemed should be Gaal. So let me get that. Redeem. The word redeem should be Gaal. But I made a mistake about the root word, okay? And it's not Gaal that was there. Let me hold on. Before I start going and accusing Esau of changing the bullet in order to fit his narrative, which of course he normally does, okay? But let's just make sure, okay? Okay, yeah, that's it. The word redeem is Gaal. Okay, and this is the word that was supposed to be used in place of that by right there. And this is it right here, the word Gaal. Gaal. Okay, and you can see the Gaala. To redeem, act as kinsman. Redeemer, avenge, revenge, ransom, do the part of a kinsman. Okay, and that's what the word redeem means. And that word right there shows you that the Redeemer, the Deliverer, only came to deliver his people because he's acting as a kinsman for his people. Okay, and what does the word kinsman mean? It means a family member. Okay, it means basically just that a family member, especially a male family member. After all, it's a kinsman, right? So let me get this as well. Yokes of should be the same. Okay, here it is. Okay, here it is. Deuteronomy 28, verse 48. Yeah, I already read this one, okay. But anyway, Deuteronomy 28, verse 48, okay. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which Yahweh shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. And the reason why I wanted to bring out that precept is because if you go on the internet, your DuckDuckGo, your Google, whatever search engine you have, and you type in this word, yokes of iron, okay, what you see will be images of a certain event in recent human history, okay, going into the oppression and the captivity of a certain people, in which a group of people from far away came in and, well, you already know the preset, okay? A nation from afar off, which thou knowest not, as swift as the eagle, right? Okay, carry them and took them to another nation, which thou and their fathers did not know, and forced them to serve gods of wood and stone, okay? Yokes of iron. And look at that. Whenever you see pictures of yokes of iron, that's what it's going into is the transatlantic slave trade, okay? The captivity of the Israelites, and it's showing you the yoke of iron that they put on our people, okay? The most famous one being this, this one that looks like a what they call that thing again? That compass, that wind vane, I forget what they call it. That wind compass, basically, that shows where the wind is blowing, okay? That's the most popular one. So let's try something else. Let me try this. Deuteronomy 28 verse 68. Let's try this, okay? Because you already know what Deuteronomy 28 verse 68 is going into. It's going into the slave ships. So let's try this. Let's try that. So this is Deuteronomy 28 verse 68, okay? You can clearly see, even though it's a little bit biased because it's Hebrew Israelites that are bringing out the precepts, but you can clearly see that it's once again going into the transatlantic slave trade, okay? Because Egypt is a place, okay, location, okay, the land of captivity. So we'll go into that as well. Let's go back to that. Let's get this word Egypt. And the word you will see there is Mata. It should be Matazariam. Let me not say that it is Mitrem before and when this internet is really slowing us down. Okay, but and I also want to get one more preset before I end the video. Okay, because I can just end it right here. Okay, so Egypt. Here it is. And the word is Mishraim, okay, or in the Hebrew, Matazariam, okay. Matazariam, and it reads, Egypt, land of the Copts, a country at the northeastern section of Africa, adjacent to Palestine and through which the Nile flows. Egyptians, double straits, okay, and the word is going into spiritual Egypt, okay, a place that represents Egypt, the same way you had our people going to Egypt, into captivity in Egypt once again. Okay, we are going into that another captivity in Egypt, okay, But this Egypt is a different Egypt. It's a land which you or your forefathers did not know. And that is the clue right there that shows you that, this isn't talking about ancient Egypt, okay, the normal geolocation of Egypt, because you already know where that was. Jake loved to run to Egypt whenever anything happened. Instead, he was going into something completely different, a new land, a new Egypt, okay? Because that's exactly what America is. It's a new Egypt. You don't believe me? No, Google the ancient cities of Egypt and go and check and cross-check with America and see whether there aren't, you know, cities in Egypt that have the same names. Okay, cities like Memphis. I think that there's an Alexandria in America. Sef. That I'm talking about the original names. Okay, not Cairo. That's a new name. Okay, cities. I think there should be an Alexandria in America. Talking about Alexandria, Egypt. Well, basically, the city that Alexander conquered. Okay, there should be a city in America called Alexandria. Cities like Memphis. Okay, I'm trying to remember the other one. I think there should also be. I don't know if there's a Goshen in America. But you should also. But I think there should be. Okay, yeah, and there you have it. Alexandria, Virginia, a city in Virginia in America. Okay, so let's try this one out. So let's try Goshen, Egypt. Let's see whether let's try Goshen, America. Let's see whether we'll find a city in America called Goshen. Because and there you go, Goshen, Indiana. You know, a city in America once again, Goshen, Indiana. And we don't need to do Memphis because everybody knows that Memphis is in Tennessee, right? Let me try this one. Let me try this one. Let me try this one. Cairo in Slovakia. Slovakia. There's actually a city in America called Cairo. What more evidence do you need that this priestess is actually talking about America, man? This is ridiculous, okay? This is ridiculous, This is showing you that truly, man, Babylon the Great is Egypt, okay? Do I have to start Googling each and every city in America in order to prove that America is Egypt, okay? Yeah, man, let me just get the last preset and get out of here, okay? Who does this fit? Who does this fit? And it fits our people, the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, okay? Like a well-fitted garment or outfit or anything like that fits them perfectly, okay? Comfortably even, as ridiculous as it sounds. And this one should be in the book of Joel, yeah. So this is the book of Joel 3, and I'll start from verse 3. Joel 3, verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. Who does this fit? Who does this fit? Okay? And you can go into any time in history, ironically, you find Israelites up for sale in captivity because majority of the history of our people have been, during periods of, you know, has been us being put in captivity and being sold all throughout the earth, being scattered all throughout the earth. Who does this fit? Who does I don't even know my English again, but anyway, who does all these prophecies fit? Who does all these prophecies fit? It's very clear, okay, who this is going into. So with that, I'll end it right here. All praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Racha Kwadash, Wa Abad Babal, Shalom.